Hello, welcome to A VO's Journey. It's great to see you guys. Happy Monday. It is the 17th of February. I can't believe we're past halfway through February. Wild. And, listen, today I made a video earlier talking about doing 3 auditions. And I want to talk today about planning out a week of auditions, how many you should be doing, etc. And what's the importance of that to get work, right? So how many auditions you need to do to get work. And I would say that for me, I'm a numbers guy. Okay. So I feel like if I know the numbers, I can work within those numbers. Do you know what I mean? Because it's funny, us creative people, oftentimes, we focus, and rightly so, on our craft, and that's very important. But from a business standpoint, it's good to sometimes take a step back and look analytically at what we're doing so that we can build a plan, to, make sure we're doing the things we need to do to get work. So, especially if you're just starting out, it's nice to have some kind of, some sort of benchmarks. All right. Well, first and foremost, no matter what, don't forget always that these numbers are always going to get better, right? For the amount of auditions you need to do in order to get jobs, they're going to get better the more education you get. The more training you get, the numbers will go up, right? The percentages will get better of how many auditions you have to do to get a job. So just a little tip, make sure, I recommend you head over to VOsJourney.com. We're offering $10 for the first month to try us out. It is a wonderful place to get training for acting, for your DAW, for marketing, as well as an incredible community along with our talent agency as well. So make sure you check that out as soon as possible. So when I usually start people out, or anytime, I always like to try to help my students always be able to get work, no matter what. Now, there are, of course, different levels of work and different levels of pay for work. Meaning, like, some jobs pay more, okay? But to me, I always wanted to, especially early on, I wanted to be like that voice actor who always had a job. So early on, I did a lot of work myself on trying to figure out how can I get just steady work. So this is what I do. So I feel like one of the best places to get steady work, no matter what, is ACX. Okay, this is a great place to get steady work, as well as Academy Voices. That's another one. And these two websites, there's a lot of work available, but ACX probably by far has the most, and it has the most available on a daily basis that you will have an opportunity to get. Now, I always said, look, when you're first starting out, don't expect to make a ton of money. I'm right. You're going to have to grow your business to get there. So ACX is not a place you're going to go and get rich. All right. Not by a long shot. But it is a place that you can get steady work, whether it's royalty share or, per finished hour pay. So I have always gone by the numbers: 12 auditions and you get a contract, right? So if you do 12 auditions, you typically get a contract. Now, some might be shorter, some might be longer, meaning you might do 4 or 5 auditions and get a contract, or you might do 15 or 20 auditions and get a contract. However, it always equals out to about 12 auditions per contract. The reason I like this is because I know that no matter what I do, no matter where I am, I can always get a job because I know how to get a job on ACX, so I can always get a job. And I recommend, okay, the practicing as much as you can on the quality of your performance combined with uh, speed. What we do is not like other, acting. I guess you would say genres, meaning like we don't have weeks or a month or two to memorize our lines and practice and everything, get our blocking, everything. If you're on the stage, we don't have time like screen and film, although they're a lot shorter as well. We are the fastest when it comes to a performance. We are the fastest, because we get a script and we do it pretty much immediately right there. When we don't have time to, you know, do all of this pre-work and discovery, right, and practice and stuff with our script. It's due very quickly. And as we know, the faster we do our work, the more work we can do and the more money we can make, because a lot of times it's predicated upon how fast we work. So it's important then for us to be fast at what we do. So the first part of that is, how fast do you audition? So again, remember, training plays a big part in this, because you need to make sure that, yes, we're being fast in our auditions, and I'm going to tell you what that means in a minute. But we're also, doing a great job. We're our performance is wonderful. I think in a perfect world we would have all of this time to really dive deep and, reflect and find the truth in our performance and what we're doing. But the reality is, we don't have that time. We're commercial actors, I always like to say. And when I say commercial, I don't mean you're always doing commercials, but I mean, we are, everything we do is meant to pretty much sell something. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, you could argue that every actor these days, right, we're selling a ticket or something, right? But for us, I mean, we are selling something from our voiceover, right? As opposed to an actor who is there, you're just selling tickets to see their performance. Okay. So there's a difference, I think, with what we do, of course. So it's important then for us to be able to do a fantastic job, but also do it very quickly. So with that being said, audition wise, I always like to try to tell people you need to stick between 10 minutes. Okay, 5 to 10 minutes should be your audition time. This takes practice, meaning every audition only takes you 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, it takes practice, so you've got to work at it. A lot of people start off and that takes them 30, 45 minutes. And also, I would say that a lot of that is editing, not being confident in yourself that it was a good enough performance, or you say, so you listen back through, that doesn't sound right, so you re-record over it, and you're just constantly recording over it. And also, if you don't happen to have like the right plugins, like for example, you know what I mean, I've used Isotope RX Standard forever. If you're doing everything manually, that's going to take quadruple the time, as opposed to pushing a button and it does everything for you. You know what I mean? So there's a lot there, I think, that's going on. So I really would make sure you get some training on that as well, and learn how to use different tools to help you go faster with your auditions and your voiceovers. Because, when you're doing long voiceovers, in this case, audiobooks, right, you need some training in order to speed that up. So again, you can do more in a shorter period of time, which equals more money. So that's, I think that's a very important thing to consider. So again, if you are taking 30 to 45 minutes for your audition, you're going to have to start working on getting that down to 20 minutes, getting it down to 15 minutes. And we do that by, really, I think, one, you have to be a part of a program, get some training that shows you how to streamline your process. I've noticed a lot of voice actors are doing way too much and they don't realize it. You know, they've pieced together from videos or whatever, from here or there, or heard somebody say this over here, somebody say this over there, and they've pieced together this process, and it's, cumbersome. It takes them, they do things 2 or 3 times. Then they're not confident about their performance and their read and what they're doing. So again, the reality is you have to determine whether or not the amount of auditions you're doing equals the amount of work that you're putting in. Meaning that, if you do one really good audition that takes you an hour, okay, as opposed to, 6 auditions that are good, okay, but you didn't spend, that an hour on each one, really, reflecting and doing 15 different takes in different parts, but you did 6 instead, and they were still good. I mean, they were good, but you were decisive. You did your performance, edited it, mastered it, and sent it. Will you get more work by doing the 6 auditions an hour or the 1 audition an hour? Okay, the numbers show us that you get more work doing the 6. Now, again, nowhere in here did I say it's not quality auditions you're doing, right? But you got to get training in order to do more quality auditions at a faster pace. Okay, so this is so that the reality is you're going to get more work the faster you can do auditions, and then if you're doing them super slow. And I would say too that this also will directly reflect how long it takes you to get the job done. Okay, so this is something that you have to train on and work on, but it is super important, and it's something that could be holding you back, and you could feel like this is very difficult to do. And it's not. I mean, it's not easy. It's not what I'm saying. However, if you're thinking about time, I've got time, I've got a job, I've got family, I've got all these things I've got to do, responsibilities. I need more time, and I just don't have it. It's the time is the problem. Okay, well, I think time is always one of those things where we either, feel like we have it or we don't. We're always wishing we had more time. But I do think that, the better we utilize the time, okay, we can get more done. So just remember that the goal is to try to get to 5 or 10 minutes, no matter what audition it is, whether it's a commercial audition or it's an audiobook audition. You should be doing no more than 2 minutes per audition, meaning like, if they send you 15 pages, you do 2 minutes. If they send you, the whole manuscript, you do 2 minutes. The only time that changes if they send you something very specific and ask you to do XYZ specifically, like directly, you know what I'm saying, we need you to read this section, and this section. But a lot of times people doing that, they don't know, they're just giving you something and they want you to, read it. So I typically, because now with what we do, I've casted hundreds of books. I'm in audiobooks and lots of jobs, and I can tell you that, within the first little bit, 10, 15 seconds, I would say in the first 5 to 10 seconds, that's all the time you get to wow me, to help for me to keep listening. So, and that's why I tell people don't spend, tons of auditioning time, because someone is going to know really quickly. Okay, and that will then determine. That doesn't mean you don't do a good job. Again, it's not what I'm saying. You need to do a fantastic job. We just have to do it quicker. Okay, but someone is going to determine whether to keep listening to you very quickly. So that means you could spend all this time and, well, one, they might not even listen to you because there's a whole bunch of people who have auditioned. But if they do listen to you, you might only get 5 or 7 seconds, and you spend an hour. It does not make sense. Plus, you were not paid for that hour. So just remember, we're trying to get better, faster, and more quality. All right, you guys, I hope that this video helped, and make sure that you like and share this, and hit the notification bell. Hopefully subscribe. Check out avosjourney.com. Our VO Journey Academy it really is. I mean, it's a fantastic place for you to grow and to learn how to become a voice actor and to grow your business. It might be just what you need to get everything jump started this year. So check us out. Only $10 to start for the first month. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.